Hello there, Scary Harry Gary here, your rapid deployment special ops semi-nomadic botanical mercenary at your service. What are we doing today? Well, let me tell you, we are reporting from Avenue 76 Ditch. And why is that important? Well, that tells you where we are. We are in Mecca, California. And why is that so noteworthy? Well, that's because it gets so hot here that things happen that don't happen in the Bay Area. I'm gonna go show you one of them after I put my flip-flops on, because the pavement is absolutely baking. It's like July 20 something, and yeah, I'm driving the new truck we got for the new nursery right here. It's all the cool stuff, the tractor and everything else for our new nursery. You'll hear more about that later. About this back east, it's hard to find one just like it. It's 4-wheel drive. It's a 14-foot bed. It's just a fantastic truck. Anyway, but that's not why we're here. Are you starting to see why we're here? Well, I was driving along and I'm like, okay, I get asked certain questions all the time, and in this case, it relates to Gary. I want to grow dates at my house to eat. If you get me a date tree, I'll say, well, sort of. I can definitely get you a date tree. We can take this tree, we can move this tree up to your garden. And that's why I have that truck and that tractor. That little tractor probably can't do it, but that truck can. That big arm right there, that'll pick it up. That's why I've got that truck. I need to be a rapid deployment, special ops, semi-nomadic botanical mercenary, so that when you have such an urge, you can call me and you'll have a big palm tree in front of your house in a matter of no time. Anyway, but if you're doing it to get dates to eat, well, that just ain't gonna work very well. Think about it. If these trees, Phoenix dactylifera, which grow perfectly fine in the Bay Area and Northern California, if they were able to make really good high quality dates up there, wouldn't they be planted everywhere? And well, they're not. So there's a reason for that. It's because it's not hot enough to really ripen these things properly. Now look at this. Down here, they're just baking in the heat. You'll never, we can move this very tree up to your house and we can put it in the same soil. We can water it like crazy. We can even subject it to the same amount of diesel particulate, and it still won't make a big, giant, heavy-duty cluster of dates like this. That's why they are grown here in the Mecca Valley, down above the Salton Sea, in places like that in southeast California. Because right now, it's probably 114 degrees out here. And these dates, they say they like their feet in the water. Let me emphasize that. They say that these trees like their feet in the water, and they like their heads in, I'll emphasize this too, the furnace. The furnace. Yeah, to make really good dates. Now, amazingly, these trees would grow just about anywhere, because our hardies are probably, oh gosh, I'll just throw out 15 degrees. 15, definitely 18. Some of y'all argue. It all depends on the humidity, the how the duration of the cold, if they're hydrated or not, a million things. So you can't really say. So even if I get hate mail for saying 15 degrees and not 16 degrees, well, I can, quantify it with, it all depends. Anyway, but here we are. These dates are, they're getting close to ripening. They're gonna need probably another few months. Probably into September. But look at this crop of dates down here. Isn't that just amazing? I mean, think about that. You know how expensive dates are? I mean, especially if you've got a girl that really likes nice stuff. If you got a girl that likes really expensive dates. So, that cluster right there, that's probably gonna be like, I don't know, 20 pounds of dates by the time you're done with it, when they shrink up a little bit and they're ripe. That cluster right there is probably more like 50 pounds. It's huge. So say 20, 30, 20, 15, I don't know, say like 6 times 3. There's probably 200, there's probably 300 pounds of dates up there. Those things are like, geez, I don't know. That's probably like $500 a dates retail. I don't know, something like that. You know, and just don't think that the date trees can like make water bottles for you. Someone put that there. That didn't grow there. Yeah, they're doing some kind of fun stuff. Looks like when they trim, they're shredding a lot of their fronds to make soil, which is really good. It also insulates the water in the ground, doesn't evaporate out. That's a good thing. Probably shouldn't do it in your garden. It adds a little bit of combustible material, which is no bueno. Yeah, this is just a beautiful, beautiful thing. Imagine being back in Arabia where these things are native to, and going across the God-forsaken desert. And finally, coming up to an oasis, for whatever reason, with water. And all of a sudden, here's a bunch of date palms, and you're just like, oh my gosh, my life is safe. And there you are. It's just got to be an euphoric feeling. But look at all of the dates today right here. This is just so beautiful. Anyway, so of course the trees are just absolutely stunningly gorgeous, and we could definitely put those in your garden, no problem. But if we do, don't expect, you actually will still get dates. You still will. Don't be scared that you're not going to get dates. The issue is they're not going to get really sweet and, you know, big and plumpy like they would here. They'll end up tasting like little apples. They're kind of good, sort of. Yeah, I just wanted to show you where these trees come from, what they look like at this stage, how beautiful their silver foliage is, and that we can certainly get you date trees. But the next time somebody says, hey, Gary, I want to get dates. I want to buy a date palm so I can eat my dates and I don't have to buy them. And I'll send them this video, which will try to explain the whole thing. And then that way I won't have to, you know, kill my larynx to do that. So let's finish with the really beautiful scene with some sunlight on your date tree. There's one right there. And just know if you want really good edible dates, you know, you're gonna have to go down to the store and buy them. If you want mediocre dates that taste like apples, you can pick them in your back garden if you hire me to plant one of these trees. If you just want a really beautiful tree, you call me, we could do that, and they will look beautiful. Gary Grant, Golden Gate Palms, your rapid deployment, special ops, semi-nomadic botanical mercenary at your service.